Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all for your love and support of the channel. I really do appreciate it. And just a quick reminder that if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you're interested in doing so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so that you'll always be notified when I upload a new reading. So in today's pick a card reading, we're going to be getting the channeled message of the day from Spirit. And to do this reading, I've laid out 3 piles of cards here. Pile 1, you're going to be this pink and blue heart here. Pile 2, you're going to be this purple heart. And pile 3, you're going to be this gray heart here. So take a minute and focus on the piles and decide which one you're most drawn to. You can then scroll down to the description box below where I have timestamps listed for each pile. You can then click on your timestamp and you'll be directly forwarded to your reading. So let's get into this reading. Hi, pile 1, so you guys chose the pink and blue heart. Let's take a look at your message of the day. So you have new moon here with new beginnings. You have reflection. You have tune into your inner peace. You have generosity. You have balance, and it says, no monster, no fairy. My reality is drawn to equity. And finally, you have air here. Beautiful. So I'm getting the message from Spirit here, pile 1, that there's some sort of new beginning that is either happening in your life right now or is about to happen. And I feel like this new beginning is going to be like a breath of fresh air for you. I feel like it's going to lead to inner peace, to balance, because we do have tune into your inner peace here. So I do feel like there's a need to sort of slow down and take some time to yourself right now and really focus on finding your inner peace. You know, maybe you want to do some yoga, some meditation, some deep breathing, whatever is going to help you come to this state of inner peace here and balance, because we do have the balance card. And I do feel like there's a message from Spirit here about finding your balance, finding your peace, and maybe doing some reflection as well, because you have the reflection card. And this woman is sort of just sitting in this peaceful position here. It looks like she's praying. So maybe you want to even do some prayer or, you know, connecting with Spirit in some way, but really reflecting on how you can find this inner peace here, I feel like. And, you know, with the air card, there is a nod to breath work here. You know, you may want to do some deep breathing exercises, which can help us to find inner peace and to ground ourselves and to find balance again. So you may want to do some breath work. And also, I feel like, you know, there's a message here about generosity. So being generous, and I feel like this is about being generous to yourself, you know, taking the time you need to really slow down and tune into your inner world and, you know, take that time out that you need for yourself to find peace, to find balance. So I feel like that's what, you know, that generosity is talking about here. Maybe even buy yourself, you know, a bouquet of flowers, because we do have this woman holding flowers here. So beautiful. So I just want to get some tarot now to clarify this. So you have the Eight of Swords here. Yeah, and that can be when we're feeling stressed out, we're feeling anxious, we're feeling nervous. So I do feel like, a lot of you in this pile may be in this Eight of Swords energy here, and there's a need for a new beginning. There's a need for finding that peace so that you can, come out of this stage of stress and anxiety and fear maybe, and find that inner peace, find that balance. You also have the Ten of Pentacles here, which is a beautiful energy because that talks about balance. Being balanced financially, materially, feeling stable, feeling comfortable, having inner peace, and so I do feel like this is possible for you here, this state of balance and stability. It's just a matter of, taking this new beginning to really work on yourself and to really take the time out that you need right now. You also have the Sun here, which is another beautiful energy because it talks about happiness and fulfillment and, being in that high vibe energy. And I do feel like that's possible, again, by, reflecting and doing the breath work, doing the meditation, finding that inner peace. And I do feel like that will lead to this state of happiness and fulfillment for you here. You also have the King of Cups. And that talks about, emotional stability and, balanced emotions, being able to show others love as well as yourself, show yourself love and to really be able to pour into others' cups. And I feel like there's a message here about filling your own cup first before you try to fill others' cups. Make sure you're showing yourself the love that you deserve, the love that you need. And then I feel like you'll be able to pour your love into others. So really beautiful, pile one. So I just want to get one last message here for you guys from this Oracle deck. So Spirit, can I get a final message or guidance for pile one, please? Final message or guidance, please, for pile one. Okay, so you have soul connection here, and it says, recognize the sacred bond between all beings. We are one. Beautiful. So there may be some sort of, soul connection that you have here, because we do have a lot of couples here on these cards. We also have the King of Cups. So maybe there's someone in your life that you're feeling very connected to right now on a soul level. And I feel like you are one with this person. And I do feel like, there's also a, reference to the sacred bond between all beings. So there's also this universal consciousness concept coming up here in your reading, realizing that we're all connected in some way, and that there is a sacred bond between everyone here, and so, but I do feel like for a lot of you, this is about some sort of soul connection that you have with someone here. Could be romantic, it could be platonic, but take it how it resonates here. So that is all I have for you guys today, pile one. I hope you enjoyed the reading and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Otherwise, have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile two. So you guys chose the purple heart here. Let's take a look at your message of the day. So you have Jupiter return here with benefits. You have magic mushroom and it says miracles, fairy energy, opening up. And it says, stay open to the good and beautiful things. Just going to cover this here. You also have everything that exists in your reality is a frequency. You have Kundalini rising, and it says, ignite your passion for life. I'm going to cover this as well. You have Goddess here. That's another one I have to cover. And it says, make sure to feel it in your bones, for you are what you believe. And finally, you have Moon Jellyfish, and it says, the illumination of your deepest secret self. Beautiful energy here, pile 2. So I'm getting the message from Spirit here, pile 2, that there's some sort of blessing or benefit or abundance that is going to be coming into your life here. And I feel like it's going to be beautiful with Jupiter being here, because Jupiter is all about expansion. It's about abundance. So I do feel like there is some sort of abundance that will be coming into your life here. And with the magic mushroom energy being here, that talks about miracles. It talks about, being open to the beautiful things in life. So for some of you, this blessing or abundance may be some sort of miracle here, or you may feel like it's a miracle. Something that happens that you're just not expecting at all, whether that's money coming in, a new job, a new relationship, a new location, a new opportunity, however it resonates here. But there's some sort of benefit that I feel like is going to be coming to you here. And I also feel like, there's a message here from Spirit about really getting in touch with your inner goddess, because we do have the goddess energy, which talks about, our thoughts creating our reality. In other words, you are what you believe you are. So if you tune into this goddess energy, you will feel like a goddess, and you will start to resonate in that energy where you're just attracting things into your life rather than chasing them or running after them. You'll be naturally attracting this abundance and these benefits into your life here. And we also have Kundalini rising, which talks about igniting your passion for life. So really being in that energy of passion and fire and creativity and, desire and, being in that passionate energy, because everything that exists in your reality is a frequency. So I feel like there's a message here about just being in that high vibe frequency, that energy of goddess energy, of passion for life, of staying open to miracles and to the beautiful things in your life. And, I also feel like, with this moon jellyfish energy, it talks about connecting with your deepest secret self. So maybe you have some dreams that you want to pursue, or, some things that you haven't done yet that you have a desire to do or to create. And Spirit really wants you to get in touch with that and to let those things come to light, whatever they are, and really pursue them, really, move towards them. So I love this energy here. So I just want to get some tarot now to clarify this. So you have the 5 of Cups. And that can be when we're feeling sort of disappointed, or maybe sad or unfulfilled in some way. So I do feel like, this energy is going to be turning around for you here. I see some sort of abundance or benefit or, miracle blessing coming into your life here. So beautiful. You also have the Chariot, which is about moving forward, moving towards our goals, being in that high vibe energy of, being able to achieve our dreams and going after what we want and moving towards our goals. So I love that. You also have the Ace of Wands, which is this, benefit that's coming into your life here, because the Ace of Wands talks about literally a new opportunity, whether that's love or a job or money, whatever it is here, there is some sort of abundance, I feel like, that's coming in here. And we have this beautiful castle in the background. So for some of you, it could even be like a new home, maybe, or, an upgrade in your home, something like that, but beautiful. You also have the Ten of Wands. And that's when we're feeling sort of burdened, or, we're feeling like things are heavy, things are difficult. And even in this card, we have these two people that are, they're in this rainstorm here and they're sort of dodging the rain. And there's all of these umbrellas sitting here. So I feel like, this umbrella energy represents, protection from the storm, and I do feel like you are being protected from this storm here. And there is this umbrella that's coming in for you, this benefit, this abundance. And I feel like it's going to take away these difficulties, these hard times. So beautiful energy here. So I just want to get one last message from this Oracle deck for you guys. So Spirit, can I get a final message or guidance for pile 2, please? Final message or guidance, please. Okay, so you have celestial harmony here. And it says, balance your spirit with cosmic rhythm. Align with the universe. Beautiful. So yeah, I do feel like, there is this message about aligning with this abundance, getting into that high vibe energy, that goddess energy, so that you're in alignment with this blessing that's about to come into your life here. Whether that's, like I said, a job, a relationship, a new home, whatever it is here, but really align yourself with that so that you can, manifest that and help that come into your life here. So beautiful. So that is all I have for you guys today, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Otherwise, have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile 3. So you guys chose the gray heart here. Let's take a look at your message of the day. So you have a beautiful little worm and it says, take care of yourself. You have abundance here. You have retreat into nature with the green man. You have self-love. You have man holding a coin. And finally, you have express gratitude. Beautiful, pile 3. So I'm getting the message from Spirit here, pile 3, that there's a need for you to really practice self-love right now. Really take care of yourself, however that resonates, whether that's eating better, sleeping more, exercising more, however that resonates for you here, but really practicing self-love and really focusing on yourself here. And I do feel like there's a message about spending more time in nature, because I feel like for a lot of you, that will help you in this journey of self-love here. Really help you to focus on yourself, focus on your needs, get into that high vibrational energy. And, maybe you want to take a walk in nature, or maybe you want to just sit under a tree, however it resonates here. But we also have this heart on this card, so I do feel like there's a lot of healing energy in nature that will heal you, and maybe heal your heart for some of you, and allow you to practice more self-love and to really focus on yourself. So I love that. And you also have, abundance here with this man holding a coin energy as well. So I feel like for some of you, there may be abundance coming into your life here. And, with this man being here, maybe for some of you, this is a partner that is either in your life now or is coming into your life who wants to offer you some sort of abundance here, some sort of, stability or money or, financial wealth here. But that's not going to resonate for everybody. For some of you, this is, just about you creating this abundance within your life, manifesting your dreams, your desires. We also have this energy of, expressing gratitude. So I do feel like there's also a message from Spirit about taking time out every day to express gratitude to your guides, to your higher power, to the universe, for everything that you have, for this abundance, for, this love. And so, there's a message here about really taking time out to do that every day, pile 3. So I love that. So I want to get some tarot now to clarify this energy. So you have the 8 of Cups here. And that can talk about walking away from something. Maybe something that we're not feeling fulfilled by, or something that is no longer resonating with us. So, for some of you, maybe you need to walk away from something, whether that's a person, a place, a thing, to focus on yourself more, to focus on this self-love. Maybe you've been spending too much time trying to fulfill a partner or, another, or people in your life, and you're not taking enough time to love yourself, to care for yourself. So there may be a need to walk away from, some people or a person or, a job or whatever it is that's sort of depleting your energy here, so that you can focus more on yourself. We also have the Queen of Pentacles here. And that's a beautiful energy because that talks about this abundance here. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who's very abundant, very successful. And she's also someone who loves herself, who takes the time to care for herself, to, focus on herself, whether that's self-care, self-love, going after her dreams, whatever it is. And she's even holding this big heart here. So, there's a lot of stability and balance here with the Queen of Pentacles. You also have the 6 of Swords, and that can be when, again, there's a need to sort of maybe walk away from something. The 6 of Swords talks about a transition from difficult times to easier times. And, we have this in this card, this woman painting, it looks like here. So maybe, painting can be a form of self-love, because it's about, fulfilling our creative needs, our creative desires, and really doing something that we love, that we're passionate about. So, for some of you, maybe you want to, if you have a desire to paint, maybe you want to paint something, that can be a form of self-love, and of self-care. So I love that energy. You also have the Knight of Pentacles, and looks like he's holding a heart here. So, again, this is about self-love because the Knight of Pentacles, is, especially, with this card being here, there's a message of like bringing love into your life. Now, this could be a partner offering you their love, because we do also have the man holding a coin here. So this could be a partner that's either in your life or coming into your life that's offering you love, or this can be about you offering yourself love, because we talked about this message really focusing on loving yourself here and taking care of yourself. So beautiful. So I just want to get one last message here from this Oracle deck. So Spirit, can I get a final message or guidance for pile 3, please? Final message or guidance. Okay, so you have infinite love here. And it says, open your heart to boundless compassion, love without limits. Beautiful. So that talks about, unconditional love. Loving without limits, loving without boundaries, being in that open energy where you give your heart completely, fully. You open your heart to boundless compassion, forgiveness, compassion, care. So I do feel like there is that message here as well. And I do feel like it resonates with the idea of offering yourself boundless compassion, caring for yourself, loving yourself without limits, without boundaries, without conditions, but just, being in that state of infinite love, pile 3. So that is beautiful energy here. So that is all I have for you guys today, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Otherwise, have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye.